How are you doing, crowd? Today I'll be starting to teach myself how to do an L-sit with the goal of holding an L-sit for 10 seconds. This and subsequent videos will be documenting the journey on how I teach myself how to do the L-sit. To get started, what actually is an L-sit? An L-sit is a calisthenics and gymnastics technique that involves the athlete to be sat on the ground in what is effectively an L shape and then pushing off from the ground with their hands, though they can also use parallettes or dip bars. It's an advanced technique that requires a decent amount of upper body strength, extending the shoulders and elbows and depressing the shoulders under the full weight of the body, but it also requires a lot of lower body mobility to hold your legs in that position. So without further ado, here is my first attempt at doing an L-sit. So here I am, really trying to get my bum off the ground. As you can see, my triceps are really firing up, but it basically came to a matter of choice. So it was either get my bum off the ground or lift my feet off the floor. Both were just not gonna happen. I tried bending my legs to make myself a little bit smaller to push off the ground. This whole thing just felt really impossible for me. So the L-sit right now is a little too advanced for me. So what I plan on doing is chunking up the L-sit into its component parts, picking exercises that allow me to strengthen in each of those component parts, and then eventually each of those chunks, when put together, should end up in an L-sit. Hopefully. So to start with, I really want to work on the seated dip portion of the L-sit. So I have this set up here where I'm going to elevate my feet and my hands so I can maximize the range of motion. I press off of this pleo box here and literally perform a seated dip. At the top of the movement, I'm going to do two things. I'm really going to focus on squeezing my shoulder blades together and down away from my ears, but also pushing my hips forward. So it's almost like I'm trying to increase the distance between my hands and my bum. What I'm trying to do here is mimic the part of the L-sit that requires me to push down and lift my bum off the floor. The next part I'm going to focus on is the compression element of the L-sit, so the lifting of the legs. What the box does is keep me honest and stops my torso from leaning backwards as I lift my legs up. What you don't want to be doing is rocking backwards and forwards. Finally, I'll do some hanging leg raises, which will really focus on the core element of the L-sit. Core, get it? Because it's an ab exercise. So the focus here is really on trying to lift my legs up past 90 degrees while keeping my legs straight. Over time, I hope to be able to do this more slowly and be able to build the strength up necessary to hold an L-sit. So guys, I'm going to keep at these exercises every single day, and I'll be back in a week and I'll see how I progress. If you want to get more regular updates on how I'm doing on my whole calisthenics journey, make sure to follow me on Instagram. I'll be posting more regular updates there in addition to these videos. I really am keen to build a really big community where people can come, feel motivated, get some top calisthenics tips. So if you have any tips on the L-sit or words of motivation, make sure to drop them in the comment section below, and I'll see you next week.